Why hello! Today we're going to be working on yet another dead MacBook. So let's get started on this MacBook and see what's wrong with it. Going to turn on our light, turn on our multimeter camera, turn on Paul Daniels' terrible software, and get started on our work for the day. Another day, another MacBook, more terrible Paul Daniels software. I didn't hit record. Shit. Hey everybody, here we have another MacBook. Let's get to work on this MacBook and figure out why it's not turning on, and see if it can be fixed. Today we've got an A1707 MacBook Pro. I'm going to open this thing up and see what is going on with it. So let's get started with our MacBook. Let's also see if I'm able to stream using Spectrum Internet at more than 2.5 megabit per second. I'm probably pushing it there, but we'll try. Here we have an 820-00928 board. This is a 2017 A1707 MacBook Pro. We're going to unplug the battery because if the battery's plugged in, we're not going to be able to tell how much amperage the machine is using, and then we're going to plug in the charger and see what's going on there. So I am going to unplug the battery. Let's do it. Alright, and we're going to plug in the charger and see what's going on with this little MacBook. Now, let's unplug the battery data cable as well, since we've got the battery power unplugged. Now we plug it in, and it's taking 5 volts. Now it's taking 20 volts. It's taking 20 volts at 20 milliamps. So the USB-C chips USB-C MUX chips are talking to the charger, and they are requesting 20 volts from the charger, as can be seen over here. See that? 20 volts, but it's only taking 30 milliamps, and 30 milliamps is no good. We need quite a bit more than that in order to turn on and power a MacBook. So let's get the board out of the case and see what's going on with the board after we take everything out of the case. And then we're also going to see if there's anything around here that seems to be causing our issue. We're going to go through all of our power rails, our enables, and see what's going on. We're going to see if it's power cycling, meaning we want to see if the machine itself is using, we want to see if it's turning on like 200 milliamp 0, 200 milliamp 0. I want to get an idea if it's power cycling or it's just straight up dead. And we're also going to see if we have any liquid damage or blown up stuff in any of the areas. What happened to your ThinkPad compact keyboard? I got Windex in it and it died. You have your Daler peanut butter burger. I had something a few hours ago. Yeah, I've been eating a little too much lately, so I'm going to have to cut down on the food that I'm eating on stream. When people send me food, I have a tendency... I don't have good self-control, so if I get whatever's in the bag, I end up eating, regardless of the caloric content of it, when I should be eating some of it now and some of it a few hours from now. But I'm not really good at that. So I've been becoming a fat ass. Let's try a screw. I'm balling like a master. I'm using T3 screwdriver on T5 screws. Oh, that's unfortunately very far down on the list, Nate. I'm sorry. There are so many things. I got bitched out today, actually. Like, seriously bitched out by someone for having the PayPal logo on the website, but not accepting PayPal. I forgot to go through my site and remove the icon because it's a pain in the dick in Magento to find the fucking HTML page and the FTP server where you had the PayPal logo and remember which one it is when you're not a developer. Like, I stopped taking PayPal like 4 months ago. Yeah, I still didn't even remove that. There's so much stuff that's on the list. The list is the stuff that there's no client who's going to file a chargeback or leave a 1-star if you don't do it, so it gets put on the list. Because there's stuff on like the regular, the stuff to do, and then there's the list, and the list just grows and grows and grows. I'm working on it. Any word on new location? Nope. I'm taking a look at another one because I'm not waiting for them. There's another one I think on Avenue C in 7th or in Avenue C in 8th. I'm gonna take a look at that. It's a similar deal. Yeah, I'm not waiting on nobody. That's the thing. If you want to send me a lease in some good terms, that's cool. If you don't, I will keep it fucking moving. It's just merciless like this. It's like same thing with Tinder or Bumble. Like, you don't swipe on one girl and then just wait 6 weeks for her to get back to you. Like, fuck that. You swipe, 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 swipe. And the first one that's not crazy, just marry her. Video? Video? Douchebag? I want company business. What is detail? I want to know. Wait, so another store said, can you put down the Nerf guns and fix my MacBook? Even though the video of the Nerf gun that I published was a Nerf video from before summer. Yes. Fire him. Yeah, fire the customer. Yeah, fuck you. Like, seriously. Fix your own logic board. Let me, I gotta find out what ticket this is. You're that much of a cunt? Really? Really? How dare you have one? Wait, I have to ask. 1 sec.
So I had it in Orhan first. You moved.
I already said talked about.
Yeah, no.
No, fire that fuckface. That video is 4 months old.
Yeah, and it was after hours.
Yeah, and it was after 8 p.m. Can I?
Is it?
What ticket number?
Yeah,
I'll
it's
find it
It's
anyway.
on Oren's computer. So you stole a kid off the streets and promised him the ability to fly?
Oh, what a fuckface.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I like Steve's comment, but it's.
I think it was too nice. There's no point in just being. I do some shit like that. Was just waiting to happen. By the way, I'm like 3, 2, 1 until people say, "Oh, you're doing this instead of fixing my MacBook." When they don't realize like that was at 9 o'clock at night.
How dare you have fun at work?
After hours.
What the hell are you trying to do?
Dude, never send shit here
Nice
again.
work environment.
Is this another store or is this like a business that doesn't have
It's a
anything to do with it?
business. It's
Uh,
not another store.
yeah, because if
It's
a
industrial.
fuck out of here, suck my cock. Is what a fuckface. Fucking fuck you. I'm not allowed to record a video outside of company hours, upload it to YouTube without a customer becoming a cunt.
And not only that, he's grateful to know that it was an out-of-line question.
Suck my dick, you fucking fuckface. That should be a no fix just for the hell of it. Take that shit, send it the fuck back to you, ungrateful prick. Go to a fucking Apple store and then bitch when the person that works at the Apple store after hours decides to go out and get a beer. It's like, seriously, what the fuck? How the fuck can you judge what we do outside of business hours? Like, fuck you. Don't fix this.
Even
Let's
if it
leave it
was
now.
In business hours, everybody here is allowed a 15-minute
Don't
break.
fix this, send it back, fuck him, fuck his machine, fuck his company. I think that's appropriate. Okay. And that's that. Back to work. Alright. I can't believe this shit. It's the fucking nerve some people have. Seriously. The fucking nerve. I'm not allowed to use a Nerf gun at 8:30 p.m. Fuck you. Some people are just fucking pieces of shit. There's really no other way to say it. If your customers are assholes to that extent, don't fucking send stuff to me. Just get the seriously. And here's the reason. You know why that pisses me off? You know why that pisses me off? Let me show you why that pisses me off. This. Sick on Christmas? Let's fix a MacBook. 4-hour stream. It's Christmas Eve and I'm nauseous. Let's fix a MacBook. December 24th. It's Christmas Eve and I'm nauseous. Let's fix a MacBook. 102 fever. Time to fix a MacBook 2 days before Christmas. No, fuck that. You're not getting... Seriously, no, fuck that. Oh, fucking hell no. Get the... Oh wow, what a douchebag.
Are you overreacting?
No, maybe.
At times I like when you overreact. You replying to him? I don't think it's worth it, to be honest with you. Just leave it. There's no need for him to take up time of our day.
What an asshole.
I don't think it was worth it.
What an asshole.
He's an asshole, but there are assholes everywhere now.
I know, but I want to break his stuff.
No, but that's different than having him wasting.
Can we unfix it and send it back as a no fix? Like, just take the cap off the board and put the shorter one back on. But you have to do it, because you know what happened the last time I did that? It actually worked.
You can't break a MacBook.
It's fine. Whatever. You scared me. You scared me.
I swear I saw him.
I'm pissed that we fixed it already.
Huh?
He showed up multiple times. That's why I was like.
He never took it. Not from me.
He always looked the same.
Yeah.
Is it possible to replace solder on SSD in 2016 MacBook Pro? Possible, maybe. Something that I know how to do? No. New fan subscriber here, enjoying the content a lot. Thank you for the work. Thank you very much. I'm pissed off that that was fixed already. I really am pissed that it's fixed. I'm also pissed that I'm not petty enough to unfix it and not take the money and just send it back. Tell the customer next time we see he's around, she'll be reported to the employer for being a slack. Yeah, I'm gonna go to your workplace and watch what you do when you leave. That was the night that my trainer and Eric and everybody went to dinner. So that has to be like mid or early June. Actually, no, that was the night that we were celebrating Orhan becoming getting a green card. Yeah, Orhan's birthday. I'm telling you, like 99% of the time, this is an awesome job, and I actually really enjoy the interactions that I have back and forth with the customers, like giving them stuff that works, like taking something that was dead, making it work, seeing a smile on their face, like being able to do something or help them when somebody else wouldn't have helped them. This is the best part of this job, and it's a small number of people, even a real small number of people. I don't mean like the Apple small number, which means, you know, probably half of New Jersey. It's a small number of people that make this job suck. But unfortunately they do. It's like, you see what I upload. 102 Fever? Upload. Christmas? Upload. New Year's Eve? Upload. New Year's? Upload. Thanksgiving? Go home and see family? No, I'm here fixing MacBooks. The one fucking time that we celebrate somebody getting a green card and being able to work here, that I think is a good person, with a 90-second Nerf gun battle, you become a cunt customer. Fuck you. And fuck your business. I really hope that your customers start following you around after you leave your job. I hope that your customers follow you around when you leave your workplace and you go to a bar or you go to the movies and you tell a joke and they go, "Excuse me, sir, is this wall going to be done? Is my construction going to be done tomorrow? Because I see on Saturday night that you had a beer." Fuck you. Do you have any used open box refurb Crest that can fit all MacBook boards that I can buy? Do we have a Crest that's missing a bunch of shit?
I think we have one of the 230s, CP230s.
That's not going to fit everything.
That would
Copac
make you
said,
happy.
what? What is that? A JTAG? What is this?
A dead little 1466 00165 JTAG.
Aw, it's a dead JTAG. I already moved it. Alright, let's take a look through this board. Yeah, I had a customer complain about the YouTube video of a Nerf fight. Somebody whose computer arrived here 1 week ago complained about the Nerf fight from mid-June that I posted a video of. You can see my personal trainer is in the back of the video. Like, the store is closed. There's no customers.
Oh, I found 1-year-old candy.
Like, some people, you really just can't have any fun.
Yeah,
I'd eat it.
I mean, here's the thing, I would eat it, but it's 1-year-old candy.
Alright, back to normal mode. So, let's take a look. No, you won't, Dorio. You're just gonna probably shit on my furniture. Let's be real here. Okay, so let's fix the board, and let's take a look at this and see what we can do with it. Okay, so we're taking 30 milliamps. Now we're going to see what is going on here once Paul Daniels' software shows up on the screen. Okay, so we have PP3v3_G3 hot. We know that because we have 20 volts. Now we're going to check PPBus G3 hot, which is the next rail, and see if it's there. If that's not there, this is going to be a difficult one. And luckily it's not there, which means this actually has a chance of being a simple one. So, PPBus G3 hot is the next rail that I need after PP3v3_G3 hot. PP3v3_G3 hot is going to turn on the USB-C port controllers. I need these chips to work in order for this to be 20 volts. Once that's 20 volts, the next rail is going to be PPBus G3 hot. As I say in the document that you see down below, there is a document down below that details how to do board repair entirely. It's a repair training guide. Excuse me. There's no sort of free trials kind of stuff there. It's just all the information that I think was useful when I was teaching a class with Jessa Jones, and I put it all into that sheet. It's supposed to be a bit of a beginner's primer. I highly suggest you read it. One of the things we go over is what these different power rails mean. So a G3 hot rail is a rail that's always on. An S5 rail is a rail that's on when the machine's off. An S4 rail is a machine that's on when the machine's hibernating, which means that it has suspended to disk. So, you know, there's a difference between sleep and hibernate. You can suspend and you could save it so that all your open programs and whatever you had open, all of that, instead of being saved to RAM, is saved to disk. It's slower, but now with the advent of PCI Express SSDs, 2 gigabytes a second, it's pretty fast. Then you have S3, which is suspend to RAM. That's suspend, not hibernate, also known as sleep. That's an S3 rail. And then you have SO at the top. Now, all these rails at SO, they need everything below it. The S3 rails need everything below it. It's a pyramid. So if you're missing a G3 hot rail, you're never going to get to your S5, S4, S3, SO. If you're missing an S3 rail, you're never going to get to SO. If you're missing an S4 rail, you're never going to get to S3, and so on and so forth. So we check them in that order of all the G3 hots first. So let's see what is going on here. Someone says, next time, turn off the stream. What? Go away. Nice person, no doubt, from the other day, other super chat. Either don't take bullshit is all. Question. Any consideration going on float plane? I don't have any consideration of going on float plane because anything that I release, I don't want it to be behind a paywall. So I'm open, again, if somebody like you wants to be kind and send me 5 foreign currencies, 5 pounds or euros. I always suck at telling them apart. 5 some foreign currencies, I appreciate it, but I don't want that to be what limits people from being able to learn. So any sort of system whereby somebody's got to pay in order to see, or they have to, if they don't pay, they're going to see it later, I'm not as interested in. I have Vimeo as my backup in case anything funny happens with YouTube, and I also live stream to Vimeo just in case. And we leave it at that. So now let's just take a look at the power rails page on my schematic, and we will go from there.
Did you happen to have pliers here anywhere?
I saw them yesterday, but I don't know what they went. I don't use pliers. Maybe Paul or Renell uses pliers. Pliers don't have much use for the MacBook.
I like to have something to twist, like screws in or whatever. Oh, there they are.
Okay.
Small pliers.
Okay. Now PPBus G3 Hot is over there, so we click, and when I click, of course the cursor is not going to show up where I'm actually clicking, because again, Paul Daniels software. PPBus G3 Hot, when we look at this, somewhere on the board, when we find out where it is via the board view software, it says that it is howdy doodle to you, good sir. Thank you very much, 348 Frank. I appreciate that. So, we do this, we get 0.3 to 0.4 volts. No good. So now we're going to see if we have a short to ground on that rail. So we put the meter into ohms mode. And let's see if we have a short to ground on PPBus. And this is the part that makes me sad when it slowly goes up. Oh wait, it's going back down. Awesome. So 56 ohms. So that is a short circuit. There is a short circuit on PPBus G3 Hot, but it's not going to be something that's super obvious because it is 56 ohms. So we're going to take a look over the board with my microscope camera, and we're going to see if anything shows up that's obviously shorted. Ah, that's blinding.
Your light's really bright.
And now Paul will make you all deaf.
How come your mic picks that up and my Bluetooth mic doesn't?
Your Bluetooth mic probably only picks up 100 hertz of the entire spectrum. Maybe even 10 hertz. 5 hertz. Okay, so we have an interesting PPBus G3 Hot short because it's not 0 ohms, and usually on these it is, and it's an obvious tantalum explosion somewhere. But I don't see an obvious tantalum explosion here. Why not put a high-pass filter? Because it doesn't actually work and do anything. Watch, I'll show you. But by the time I put the high-pass filter, the thing's going to be closed anyway. Here, let me... So, if I take a high-pass filter... Yep, see? Paul already turned it off.
Nope, I got one more minute.
What?
A lot of corrosion on it.
Let's do a high-pass filter
8
at
seconds.
4 kilohertz. Alright, so, see? It's not really doing anything. You're still hearing a bunch of annoying noise.
45 seconds.
We have dust and pubes on this board, but none of that is enough to cause a 50 ohm short to ground on our PPBus. Now Mike sounds like crap. It's almost like when you use a low pass filter, that's going to cut off all the frequencies of the ultrasonic. It also cuts out all the frequencies of me. No way. Tell me more. Okay,
It's
let's
all
go
your
back
fault
to
you
this.
don't sound like Barry White.
Tell me more. Okay. You have some stray solder balls over here, but I've come to expect that from touch bar board manufacturing at this point. I don't even consider it a sign of fault. How often do you find random little solder balls in the board and the touch bars, Paul?
Every single board.
Yeah, that's shit. It wasn't like that on the Air and the old Retinas, was it?
Some of them. The later ones. 00165, I see a lot of straight solder balls.
Alright, so I don't see anything obvious here, so I'm going to put half a volt in there myself. And we're going to see what's on this board that's shorted. Let's do it.
These bro?
I don't even think we need a please, bro. Float paint live stream chats are not cancerous. Check WAN show model, which is not exclusive to Linus and Luke. I would spend 15 euros a month to sub to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But one of the things that I'm trying to do here is get away from... how do I put this? I like platforms where I'm a customer. Like, the thing that I like about Vimeo is with Vimeo, they're accountable to me in the way that a place that I'm not a paying customer of is not. So in terms of having a backup, I like having a backup on Vimeo. So we are going to solder a wire. No, Paul, solder.
Solder?
We are going to solder a wire to PP bus from our power supply. We're also going to remember to change my power supply from 18 volts to 0.5 volts before I do that, because that would be bad. Been enjoying your stuff a lot lately. Background noise for a ton of stuff I do. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Simple Flips. I appreciate that. Alright. Now we're just going to solder our wire over there. Doesn't really need to be a perfect joint because this is not something that's going to be permanent anyway. Take our wire, and we're going to take our wire and we're going to solder that wire to our PP bus. Our PP bus. You know what I think would be a cool thing to do, Paul? Just in honor of that asshole, we should do like a daily Nerf video every single fucking day just for that douchebag. We have Nerf guns. No, they didn't. Who threw the Nerf guns away? No way. Where the fuck is Steve? San Francisco?
All I have are the single shot ones that I happen to save over here.
Did you hear that San Francisco deemed the NRA a terrorist organization officially?
What?
Actually. Don't you have to...
Oldest organizations in the United States.
Don't you have to mark this stream as mature since you are showing exposed chips and circuits? That and most likely furthy language. What is Steve? San Francisco? Yeah, you're a terrorist in San Francisco. Here's the interesting thing about that designation, because when you designate somebody a terrorist, you can go through their homes. There's certain Fourth Amendment rights that just kind of go out the window with the Patriot Act.
Yes.
So it's interesting how this is going. This is coming around full circle, because the right is the one that put in all that. If you're a terrorist, we can kind of take away your civil liberties thing. So now the other side can just say, okay, well, we consider you a terrorist, and now it's that
Hold
stuff.
you indefinitely without trial and stuff.
Like, just be careful what power you give the government to fuck with people you don't like, because that shit's gonna come right around back to you when somebody. Scary shit. Scary shit. Anyway, so we are going to inject some voltage. Now, there's a reason I start at 0.5 volts. So one of the things that I've told you all is that a buck converter is going to be a chip that tells the transistor when to pulse. So the transistor is going to say, let's say you want to take 12 volts and turn it into 1 volt, right? You want to take 12 volts, turn it into 1 volt. One of the ways that we do that is by saying 12 volts, okay, we're going to have a little bit of 12 volts and a lot of 0. Then a little bit of 12 volts, then a lot of 0. A second of 12 volts, maybe 10 seconds of 0. Obviously, it's happening much faster than that, but you get the idea. So you get a little bit of 12, a lot of 0. A little bit of 12, a lot of 0, and it's going to average out to a volt. Now, what if that transistor that's supposed to be switching and pulsing is short-circuited and dead and just sending out 12 all the time? If I inject 12 volts into PP bus G3 hot while one of those transistors is shorted, I could very well be sending 12 volts into a circuit that's designed to take the 12 and turn it into 3, or the 12 and turn it into 5, or the 12 and turn it into 1. So if a circuit is taking 12 volts and turning it to 3, but that transistor is stuck on that buck converter, and now it's just shooting out straight up 12 volts into it, I'm going to send 12 volts to everything on that 3 volt line, and I'm going to kill it. So let me just give you an example of this here. Let me give you an example here with, let's say, the TPS 51980. So let's just view that on the screen. So here we have U7650. So this chip, this is going to control this transistor. So this chip over here tells this transistor when to turn on. Now this transistor over here, and let's just make this full screen because it's going to make it easier to see. This transistor over here takes the 12 volt line over here, 12 volts. This is PP bus HS, other blah, 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 that's PP bus G3 hot over there, just by another name. And it's going to send it out here where it becomes PP3V3S5, right? So let's say this transistor is on, right? And then off, then on, then off, then on, then off. It's switching, and through the coil with the capacitors, it's going to, instead of be looking like 12, 0, 12, 0, it's just going to average out to 3. Now, what if this transistor is broken? It's just stuck. So not only is it sending power to ground, which is why we have a short to ground, but it's stuck sending a bunch of 12 out here. If I shove 12 volts over here, and it's stuck on, then that means that this is just going to get a straight up 12 all the time, and I'm going to kill it. So what I do is I figure out what is the lowest voltage line in the computer. And in this one, I think there's a 0.9 or a 1 volt line for the CPU, or some 0.9 volt line for the CPU. So what I'm doing there is I'm starting the power supply at 0.5 volts, so that let's say it is one of those transistors that's shorted, I'm only sending 0.5 into that circuit rather than 3 or 5 or 12, which is going to kill the CPU potentially if that's what's shorted. So we are going to turn the power supply on, then we're going to see what gets hot and go from there. Any word in the loop place? No word at all. I'm going to keep looking. Just keep looking. Alright, so we take the power supply software. Power supply software is going to tell us how many amps are being used. Let me just make sure before I actually have this plugged into the board that it's displaying the right thing. Alright, so it's 0.5 volts. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's using virtually nothing. So now we're going to up this a little bit. 1.5 volts. Okay, 1.5 volt, that's enough that something should be getting warm. We started at 0.5 volts, but it was usually using virtually nothing. Now, this is the point at which the Please Bro camera would be handy. But unfortunately, the Please Bro camera is...
All the way up front.
Suka blet. Alright, be right back. Alright, we've got the Please Bro camera. So we're going to plug in the Please Bro camera and see what gets Please Bro'd. This is, I prefer to call it the Thermal Pepe. Okay, so first thing we have to do is find a Cat 5 cord that's not broken. This is hard. And then we also have to find the power cord. I tried to rehang this phone paw, but I'm too short.
You have to stand on the desk.
Can you imagine the other space, if that space is actually 2,700 square feet and we get it?
When we first move in there, we have to set all of our desks up right up against each other just to feel like we're at home for a little bit.
No, screw that. Hell no. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, please bro cam. Now remember, these are the shields, so this doesn't count because it's going to be reflecting the thermalness. But when the board itself is hot in an area, that matters. But nothing here is really that warm. Over here, maybe it is. Let's see what we have here in the thermal Pepe. Alright. So it looks like it's this capacitor. Now a capacitor is that's different. It's not a transistor and a buck converter. If the cap is what's shorted, then you could put more voltage in without having to worry about things going awry. Which I may just do because, well, it's fun. So there's my power supply software for the power supply that you can get from CircuitSpecialist.com. It's a CSI 3005P from CircuitSpecialist.com. It comes with software that actually works when you first turn it on. That's how you know it wasn't made by Paul Daniels. Look at that cap. Look at that cap. 191 degrees. 184 degrees. Ooh.
Put some flux on it. See if it'll unsolder itself.
Let's see if it unsolders itself. Smell that? Could it be PP3v3 underscore G3 hot? That is not the rail that is missing here. It's PP bus that's missing. So let's see. We're going to see if we can make this thing unsolder itself. Let's put some flux on there. Damn, it's smoking. Alright. Do you come off the board? No. Sometimes that happens though with the smaller ones. It's fun when it does. Alright. What? Is it melting solder?
Yeah.
Whoa! Wait, let's do it in the
Melting
microscope. Microscope. No way. That's crazy. That's a short right there. Yeah, this is a MacBook. Look at that MacBook. Wow. Let's melt. Wait, let's get rid of. Do it on the other side, because maybe if it gets soldered on a leaded solder on each side, it'll come desolder from the board easier.
That side's not hot.
Yeah. Oh, that's the ground side. Of course, it's not going to. Yeah. This MacBook is. Let's see. Can you take the cap off from this side? This would be so cool if this. Wow, it does. Look at that.
Short's gone.
Short's gone. The MacBook fixed itself by getting so hot that it took off its own short. That's awesome. A MacBook that died from heat and was revived from heat. From the heat it was created, from the heat it was destroyed, and from the heat it has arisen.
It is a phoenix.
This is hysterical. I love Apple products, I really do. They're such a meme, I swear. Apple is a meme. Such a meme. Let's get rid of the old solder. We have to have a daily Nerf gun fight.
Bigger chips means better, right? This is better because it's got bigger chips.
MCP-79. I like MCP-79. You know how hard it is to kill that GPU, Paul? You'll never get distortion on that GPU. Now,
Only because of C777.
now that GPU, that's... But this is a good GPU.
This is probably the original Thermocase. The arms are rock.
Yeah, it's not good stuff to begin with. Alright, so... Let's put this Mac back together. Filthy MacBook. Filthy, filthy MacBook. Now to find a MacBook board that has that on it. Where can we find the complete A1707?
Hey.
Is that the working one or the dead one?
As long as it does it say do not touch.
If it says do not touch, it's the dead one because I took stuff off of that 3 months ago.
Why? No, that's a new do not touch.
Oh.
It's a PP bus cap. It's all the same.
I don't have a... I'm missing it. I only have a... I need a wing. I only have a breast. See? They can't get the boards anymore in this full donor board, so I have the wing. I mean, I have the... Yeah, I have the breast. I need the wing. I suppose that's probably the same.
They're the same as air caps, I think. 1707?
It says NEC CN7 on it.
Yeah, NECC, that's the same as air caps.
Let's see. What does schematique say? I want to make sure I grab the right capacitor for this motherboard. So the cap that I took off is this capacitor. CB704.
I bet that they're the same.
Wait, CB704. That's 33 microfarad. I thought the arrows were 66 microfarad. And the other one on this other side over here that I was about to steal. That looks the same. Is 150 microfarad. Well, damn. What an annoying little particular capacitor you are. The other cap that looks identical to it is 6.8 microfarad. Yay! Does it work?
That's a 5 volt board. Only gives you 5 volts.
You think we could fix these with the knowledge that we now have? Like if you go back a year or two later?
Possibly. This, I have one over here that takes 20 volts to
PP bus short?
Probably. Probably the same capacity.
Why are you going to change the other caps too? Sure, let me just change all 300 of them. I'd burn my hand being an idiot. Okay. Let's make that get into place nicely. That cap is as crooked as Clinton when he steals greenies. Yeah, that'll do. And now Paul plays the ultrasonic cleaner. This cruel man over here is going to make you all deaf.
Who, me?
I haven't heard back from the bar place yet, Patrick.
Clean heat sink.
Alright, so now for the moment of truth. We're going to remove the soldered on jumper wire. Then we're going to see how many amps this takes. Here's €10 to buy more Nerf gun stuff. Stream some fights soon. Indeed we will. I think I'm going to email that person every single time we do. If I were a dick, I would email him every single time there was a Nerf fight. Damn you, OCD. That's fine. Stop touching it. Here's $5 for Lewis to gently caress Paul's face and audibly moan on stream. Fuck you, Kopez. Fuck you and your $5. Paul.
Lopez, you better not order something and show up for another weekend.
We know where you live, Kopaz. 937,000 other people can know where you live as well, if you know what I'm saying. I dox you. You want me to sexually harass my employees on camera for $5? How about we let 937,000 people come and sexually harass you? How about we take this thing and shove it all the way up your... Well, I'll let chat decide where that thing's going. Make sure he sees it. Focus. Manual. We are paid actors after all. We might as well practice from time to time. Okay, it's taking 20 volts and then it takes an amp. Now remember, this machine is going to need to have the battery and everything else hooked up for it to turn on sustainably. So it's only going to turn on for a moment to tell me low battery, but it is taking an amp, which means that we have fixed it. This is good to go. We're done. Bada bing, bada boom. This MacBook fixed itself. It died from overheating. The customer said it was randomly crashing when they were doing difficult CPU-intensive tasks. It died from heating, and from heat, it fixed itself. Now it can go back to living the life of a MacBook and continuously overheating and thermal throttling within the possession of its customer. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. That being said, I'm considering doing a daily Nerf gun stream. Tell me what you think in the comments down below.